Hello, hello. We are back with more Dungeon World. And this dungeon has been. There's been a magical force infusing everything. And Asari may have just corrupted it by attacking it with her axe that happened to have the conquerors inside, the Jackal Hypersmiths themselves. And now the corruption has begun. So, what do? Something went wrong. Do you hear this eerie whine in the back of your brains that's increasing in volume? The symbol has turned purple.
So, like, what is the symbol made of?
It's literally just like an arcane symbol that is like made of light. It's floating in the air.
Okay,
Can I tell what the symbol says?
Yeah, I mean, you never tried. It's a very, very complicated hieroglyph with a bunch of different overlapping things, so you have to make another roll, but you can take +1.
I've already done 2 or 3 of these.
I know.
That would be what the
Spell lore.
Okay.
You can take +1 automatically because you did that original one, but you can also use the book if you want to.
It's fine. I'll just take the +1.
All right. Good luck.
Right. Oof.
The GM will only tell you something interesting. It's on to you to make it useful. So the symbol means something interesting but not helpful. Ooh. Okay. So if you had gotten a 10+, then I would have just been able to tell you the exact word that would give you the information you need, but instead I'm going to describe around it. So there's several different symbols at play here, and there are symbols that mean like metal. There's symbols that mean hole, like hole in the earth sort of a thing. There's symbols that mean enchantment, and then one symbol that you swear is the symbol for Jackal Hypersmith, but you could be confusing it with, because it's not the normal one that they would use. It could be confused with like a symbol that means like person in rags, and there's something like eerily familiar about that exact kind of hieroglyph, and you're like, I feel like there was more significance to that particular one, and me thinking it was Jack, like there's some sort of connection there, but you just can't make it.
Metal enchantment hole. Jackal Smith. Yeah, me. Whatever.
What do you do?
I don't know. I mean, like, as far as I know, so the attitude is malice towards all of us now, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Rather than like this playful kind of competitiveness that we had before. Now it's just like, I want to hurt you.
I will destroy you. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I don't know. I think I would see what my compadres do first before I did anything.
Okay.
I have no idea what to do.
You're just standing there shocked.
I know what I'm going to do, and I know it won't work, but it is exactly what I would do.
Okay, what do you do?
He is going to run up to the symbol. He's going to think to himself, like, I'm sorry, magic person thing. I can fix it if you tell me. I'll try and fix it if you tell me what to do. And he's literally just going to sit there and try and, like, push this hieroglyph back together so it's not broken anymore.
Okay, you basically want to use your brute strength to just try to.
Well, like, cause like she chopped it, so you just gotta just push it back together.
Okay. Let's see here.
I'm pretty sure this won't work, but it's what he would do. And
Yeah.
and okay, and that's what I was gonna say. Could I use this as a parlay of saying I will fix it if you tell me what to do? Like, could I? The only leverage
Basically,
being-
yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, okay, yeah, I think that makes sense. Yeah, roll parlay.
And how do I do that? Just
Click on the yep, and you get a +1 for your thing, but from before it
I
doesn't
rolled
increase
bad.
anymore. They ask you for something and do it if you make them a promise, but they need concrete assurance of your promise right now.
I roll so bad.
And so your intent here is to like convince it to tell you how to fix it.
Yes, saying, let me know how to fix it. I'll help you. Like, I don't want you to be angry at me. I don't want to die. Sort of.
Sure, yeah. Okay.
Might as well help it. I'm going to die anyway, apparently.
Ask you for something and do it if you make them a promise, but they need concrete assurance of your promise right now. I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's already inherent in what's happening here. I think there's another thing that I'm going to have kind of behind the scenes that is part of the consequence of getting the mitigated failure. It's not exactly this because that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. So it, the malice changes slightly to not quite like what's the feeling it gives you?
Constipation.
No, it's not quite like teamwork. It's more like it's saying like, yes, serve me. But it's acceptance of your offer, and then it like gives you instructions on what to do. And honestly, like it says do what you do best. Your first instinct was right. Close the symbol.
Okay, so I will try to close the symbol.
All right, do defy danger with strength. Is anyone going to stop him? Is anyone going to say anything to him?
Actually, here's what I will say. I will say the magic voice is telling me we gotta close the symbol.
Sorry, you're basically standing right next to him at this point, staring at your axe. What do you do?
I mean, I'm not gonna stop him because she has no idea what to do. So, like,
Sure.
You're not gonna help? Just gonna let me do this on my own?
Can I help?
Yeah, I've taken 2 steps back and I'm like, sounds good, do that.
I mean, does it the aid or interfere thingy?
Yes, I mean, so you just go ahead and roll defy danger with strength, and then if you don't quite get it, then Asari can help you with
Defy
aid.
danger with strength.
There you go. Didn't need it.
Nice.
So you do it.
Barely made it.
It takes all of your strength, but you finally just meld it back together. And Ariel, the moment, so he steps away from it, the whining stops in the back of everybody's brain. And staring at it without the cut in the middle, you realize with horror, 1 second before everything breaks loose, what the symbol is. It's the symbol for prison. And suddenly, the walls begin to crack. And the feeling that you all get is a very smug thank you. And you can sense this is not the same thing. Like, that thing died. Whatever it was, it died. It was taken over. It was destroyed by whatever corrupted it. Yeah. And instead, the Jackal Hyversmiths that were inside Asari's axe took over, and what this place is a prison for Jackal Hyversmiths. That's what it was made to do. The first invasion, like 1,000 years ago. And you just gave Jackal Hybersmiths the keys to the prison. What do you do?
Oh, great. So basically the walls are starting to like...
Yeah. It's like
Can
the
I slash
classic
my
Indiana
axe through it
Jones,
again?
like temples collapsing. You just want to attack it again?
Yeah.
That's one thing you could do.
Can I tell like the thank you that came was like very like, oh, you're so dumb?
Exactly. Yep. And you get a sense of, we took your bird and your sword, and now we will take your life.
You took my bird.
So yeah, sorry, you just want to attack it again?
I mean, can I aid in the sense? Can I punch it with Herculean appetites, or is that going to do enough? Actually,
it will only give you a +1 to aid, so it wouldn't increase your roll.
I'm saying, can I attack it myself?
Yes, but let's resolve her attack first. So yeah, you got an 8. So you deal your damage to the enemy, and the enemy makes an attack against you. Go ahead and roll your damage. Sorry. Okay. So you slash into it a bit, and it does seem to damage it a bit again. It sort of blurs the symbol. But it's not obviously as bad as the damage was before. And now it's less leaking as it was. And I think Ariel probably is the person who gets the most sense of this because she's the best at interpreting the magical signals that are happening here. Basically, Ingram, if he hadn't have closed the symbol again, everything probably would have imploded. Like the prison would have destroyed itself, but like also killed its prisoners because there was like a self-destruct sequence starting to happen. And Ingram closing it up meant that it's not going to self-destruct, and now the prisoners can go free. Isari attacking it here now doesn't accomplish the same effect because it's not in that transition stage of corruption, but it's still, if you do enough damage to the thing, you can sense that it hurt it. Like the symbol was hurt by her attack. Unfortunately, Isari, it also gets to attack you. So you take 3 damage.
Not that bad at all.
Yeah, it's not that bad at all.
That can kill me if I do this wrong.
basically what you're saying is that if we do enough damage to it, we can stop it from...
You can stop it, but you're not
take...
entirely sure what will happen after it's like dead.
Right. We could get stuck in here forever.
You could, something like that might happen. You're not sure.
It's a one shot.
So yeah, sorry. You attack it and then you get blasted back. So you you get shocked basically, singed by this thing, and then you get blasted back across the room. Ingram, you want to attack it?
In for a penny, out for a pound. Might as well. If I get hit, so Herculean appetites to give me a little bit extra.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm just pounding it with my fist. Give me back my bird.
Exactly. Same situation.
Yeah. Wait,
you only roll a 2d6.
Oh wait. Oh, I forgot. I don't press the button.
Oh yeah, you don't. Yeah, you don't press the button there.
I've been pressing the things.
You're good. +2 though for your strength.
Frick, that was worse.
Yeah, it was worse. It's the same result basically though. So you deal your damage. So go ahead and roll your damage. This should be a little. You can just click on damage, the word damage there. All right, so you do 4 damage.
Both are awful.
Yeah. I have the number in my head of how much health this thing has. And now it hits you.
I only have 6 hit points. Oh, I'm not dead.
Okay, yeah. Ariel, what are you? I mean, you definitely have something you can do here before it's going to respond. So, but you don't have to do anything. You just run.
Honestly, what I was thinking.
Ariel, you have to get through the puzzle room again.
Yeah, but I know the puzzle. I could get through it probably and be fine.
You just want to run?
I'm like, my instincts as a player is like, no, I gotta help, I gotta do something. But my character is probably like, no, you gotta live.
So one thing to keep in mind that I just thought of is your evil
is to use
XP trigger.
I was thinking of casting cause fear, right? To like make this thing fear me, right?
Yeah.
Like, could I cast myself like as the object, or even like her axe as the object, like and have them fear the axe or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's what I'm gonna go for first, but I'm gonna try that. But all that'll do is I can pick, right? It'll either it says it'll either
Problem is
flee,
the options,
panic, beg, or fight. Oh, the reaction is up to them.
Yep.
I feel like knowing you're just going to pick fight, and that's what they're doing already.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was the result there.
If I can pick it, then that would make sense. But I mean, yeah. So I don't. To me, that doesn't really make sense.
You could do telepathy.
I didn't prepare telepathy.
Oh, you're right.
If you just let me cast it, I'll be happy to do that.
It's fine. Another thing you could do, you could cast invisibility on yourself and then run away.
Well, yeah. I could do that.
Up to you.
Yeah. Man, I'm like really sad that like cause fear wouldn't do what I want it to do.
It does mean that it would attack Asari more than anything.
Right, but that still doesn't really it just doesn't really it's just not helpful. It's not as helpful as like
it changes the result slightly, but it doesn't actually like solve the problem.
Right. Whereas like if it was just like, no, spare me, like, I'll let you go, I'm scared, like, or whatever, or make it hesitate at least, that'd be different. But I'm trying to think. There's something I can do here that would actually be like helpful. Because if there's nothing I can do that's like truly going to change things, then I'm going to run. I just don't know what I could do.
Let's look at your moves here. Oh, you could do ritual.
What's
when you draw on a place of power to create a magical effect. Ariel, if you wanted to, you could try to reach into the ether and find the last remnants of the original magic thing and try to bring it back or something.
You want me to try to bring back Karen?
Yeah, I'm saying that would be a possibility.
She needs to talk to the manager of this dungeon.
She has the unfinished business of talking to the manager.
Okay. I mean, so let's see. It's going to require one of these things. You have to disenchant
1 to 4 of the following conditions.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Of my choice.
Right. If I succeed. Okay. Well,
it's so ritual is you just say what you want to do. And then I give you 4 conditions that have to be met, and then you have to like meet the conditions in the game by making rolls to get the ritual to work.
Okay.
I'll tell you right now, I wouldn't choose it's going to take days, weeks, or months, because obviously that would be a jerk move.
That would be very, very dumb. I would also hope you.
I also don't think we have that much time.
Exactly. That's the.
I would also hope you wouldn't pick. It requires a lot of money because that.
Yeah.
Matter. Sure. Why not? Let's do it. So basically, I'm going to try to do the ritual so that way it'll kind of like reverse engineer it again.
Right. Yeah.
To go back to Karen instead of letting the Jingleheimer Smiths.
Yeah.
Be in charge.
One, you and your allies will risk danger from the Jingleheimer Smiths, that have taken over, right? So they're going to lash out at you once they sense that you're doing this. And think I'm going to give you one more condition, but I'm trying to think of what exactly I'm wanting that to be.
I'm fine with you doing something that's off here. As long as it's not too extreme.
Right. So I think what happens is you know that will be true, that you'll risk the ire and the lashing out through the mind of this whole Jackal Hypersmith thing. But also the way to lure it back, right? You can sense in the back, like you're reaching out and you can just sense this tiny little sliver that's left of this thing. It's almost like cowering, right? It's like so overpowered. It's not dead, but it's so overpowered that it's just like cowering in the corner of that, of the magic that is that symbol. And the way to get it out is to convince it, because this thing does not attack things. It's not aggressive. It views everything as a challenge, but as an intellectual challenge, as a puzzle. It's the reason it was so good. This entity was so good at keeping these things in here. Is it's so good at creating mazes and puzzles and whatever else, either in the mind or not, or physical. And the way to get it out is you have to convince it, Ariel, like, this is a challenge. This is a puzzle. This isn't you having to face an overwhelming army by yourself. This is us together, problem solving.
So I had to parlay it, basically, is what you're saying.
Not necessarily parlay, but some sort of role that will involve convincing it to view this challenge differently and come out. Yeah, I guess parlay would probably be it. Yeah, reading the move.
Okay, so I'm going to first have to cast Ritual to see if I can actually do it, and then try to convince it.
So Ritual isn't something you cast. It's just so it's when you draw on a place of power to create a magical effect, you tell the GM what you're trying to achieve. Ritual effects are always possible, but the GM will give you 1 to 4 of the following conditions.
So you're saying I have to parlay to make it succeed.
Yeah, basically it's like me saying, here are the conditions, now you have to roll to meet the conditions. Right.
Got it.
So,
okay.
So you'll have to roll to convince the thing, and then you'll have to roll to, not be killed by the energy that's going to blast out of you, sort of thing.
Okay, sounds good. Wow, for an evil character, I'm really sticking my necks out for you guys right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm sure you'll survive.
I can try to convince you to give me a +1 for it, since I've been working with Karen here, kind of.
Sure.
Okay,
sure.
Great. All right, let's parlay.
I love how this thing is named Karen. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I was going to say, I love how this thing is named Karen, and it definitely does not act like a Karen. It's just...
You've rolled all ones.
I know.
Ouch.
Well, hey,
wow.
I failed my first roll. Look at that.
Wow.
I get some XP, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, so... Okay, so this is what happens. The only thing you accomplish is drawing the attention of the Jackal Hypersmith oracles inside the symbol to the remaining sliver of this energy, and as soon as you lead them to it, it gets snuffed out like that.
Oh, how great.
Karen's just dead. But Ariel, in that moment, you sense a vacancy. And I
knew that's what you were going to say.
And you know, you could fill that vacancy if you wanted
you're saying
to.
I could get power is what you're saying.
I am saying that you could get power.
Shoot. Oof. Oh. What kind of power are we talking here?
So, you would become the thing, right? You would have to give up your mortal body and transcend to basically be the jail warden of this prison.
You're going to Miggy.
You would be able to. I mean, it's a never-ending puzzle, right? There are all sorts of secrets to delve. problems to solve, being the jail ward. It's not, you're just not going to sit there forever. But you will have to stay here forever.
Yeah, no.
Mm-hmm.
No. Ariel ain't about that. She's like, I like my freedom too much. I can get power somewhere else. Thank you.
Yep.
But I could convince one of you two fools to do it.
Oh my gosh.
This is the second time this has happened to a character of mine. And they've both been characters I've liked. Though Gret needed to die. His accent was getting bad.
So I don't know how I go about this, but basically, like, after I, like, draw, like, my fancy circle and whatnot, and that happens, I'm just like, the prison ward is gone. We need somebody to take its place to defeat these guys, basically, to combat against him. Like, she says it a lot more, like, sophisticated than that, but you know what I mean. Like, basically, like, I want to shout, like, one of you has to, like, do this to defeat these guys.
So just a note here, Ariel, you know that whoever it is has to be smart. Like, that's the whole point of all of this.
Wow.
So Ingram could not do it. Isari probably would be able to. Wow. She would probably approach it differently, but she could probably do it. You know that Ingram, like, if you tried to force Ingram to do it, you could probably force him to try, or like convince him to try and think he's gonna but he would just get destroyed. Like, there's no way that would work.
You're too dumb.
Okay. I mean, I'm like, I had foreseen it, sorry. You are too.
There you go.
You have an important role.
You will play an important role in the events to come.
This is it.
What do you want to do, sorry? The really fun thing about this is Ariel is being the selfish one and passing this off to you. Mm-hmm. But Isari doesn't necessarily know that's what she's doing. And it's... Yeah.
I mean, can I make a roll to determine if I know that?
Sure, yeah. I think that makes
sense. I can tell that?
Roll discern realities.
I mean, it's either you or...
Nope.
One question. I mean, could you... What here is not what it appears to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Ariel is the prime candidate for this, and she knows it, and she's specifically and intentionally passing this off to you because she's selfish. But, Isari, this is the moment to prove whether or not you're selfish.
Yeah.
And whether or not you can justify to yourself just because Ariel's being selfish to not be selfless yourself, right? Mm-hmm. There's definitely like a weird moral quandary here.
I think she does it, but I think she also says, like, she just kind of, like, sneers at Ariel, and it's like, you're so selfish.
Sorry, say that again.
She, like, does it, but she also just, like, sneers at Ariel and calls her selfish.
Yeah.
Kind of like, yeah, you can't get the drop on me. I know what you're doing, but I'm still going to be the selfless one here.
Probably said something along the lines of, this would only be the second time I've saved your life. Now you really owe me, or something. I don't know. Even though I don't think I owe you anything, but
yeah,
I might now.
Yeah, so sorry, you just basically say, like, what do I do, sort of a thing? Yeah. And Ariel, yeah, I mean, you can shunt her into this thing if you want to.
Yeet me into it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, so basically, I mean, Ariel, you probably just, like, reach over and, like, grab her, right? Like,
right.
And as Ingram's just, like, bashing on the symbol, you touch Isari, and Isari, you are suddenly in a dark corridor. No, No, you are suddenly on a field. This is the site of the last battle of the war. The bloodiest, most horrible conflict.
PTSD.
Yeah. The most bloody, horrible conflict of the war. Nobody won this battle. Nobody won that war. And it's you. And it's just you. Against the entire Dwarven army. What do you do? And again, this is like a Battle of the Mind sort of thing, so you can, you know, there's other options besides just charging by yourself. But that also could be an option. I guess I'm mainly curious, because this is like the visualization of this thing. I'm curious how Isari is going to handle being a jail warden. Like, how would she approach that? Because Karen approached it by being smarter than everyone and locking them in mazes and puzzles of their own, you know, imaginations, and basically keeping the Jackal Hybersmiths busy for 1,000 years, giving them false ways to try to get out forever and ever. That's probably not your forte.
No.
So how would you try to do it instead? You see all the dwarves' eyes turn purple.
They start a conga line.
Izari's little-known skill of dance.
Lead a Zumba class.
Eternal Zumba class. I mean, what are your moves?
Macarena. Not those kinds of moves.
So, one of the moves you have is called Bend Bars, Lift Gates. So it's when you use pure strength to destroy an inanimate obstacle. If you wanted to, one option here is to basically, in the, you know, mindscape here, destroy the exit. Right? Mm-hmm. To bury everyone in rubble. So completely destroy any exit out of this place that neither you nor them will ever escape.
Yeah.
Another way to do it would be to charge them and kill them all.
I think even is like Isari knows that she's not capable of that.
Yeah.
So. 7.
Choose 2.
First 2. Doesn't take a very long time. Nothing of value is damaged.
So it does make an inordinate amount of noise.
Oh no.
And you can fix the thing again without a little... and
Doesn't that mean you can't fix it?
Yeah. That's what I meant. You can't fix it again. Yeah. So you are trapped here in this place with these things. But it doesn't take a very long time, and nothing of value is damaged. Like, you're still whole. The prison is still whole. Ariel and Ingram are still whole. Nothing is gonna be destroyed. But you also set off a ripple.
Okay.
Not to say that these Jackal Hybersmiths will ever escape, because you've done a very good job of trapping them here. But you started something. You made some sort of noise that the Jackal Hybersmiths on the beyond heard. And that will ripple and have effects. But Isari, the end for Isari, unfortunately, is you are trapped in this battle forever. You will forever live through this PTSD, last horrible conflict of the war, till the day that you go insane or die. And you don't even know if any of those two things are possible in your current state. Because, Ariel, like, you touched Asari, and she basically got vacuumed into the symbol, and her axe falls, clattering to the stones. And we just see Asari facing these hordes alone.
Oh, I, as a player, feel so bad.
I think it's a cool end.
Ariel, don't feel bad. Sorry.
But yeah, so Ariel and Ingram, you remain. The shaking stops. The symbol goes back to like sorry, what's your favorite color?
Yellow, because it's the opposite of purple.
Got it. Yeah, so it turns yellow. The symbol does. And now the presence that you feel is this like hardened determination. But it's like closed off from you. You can't actually like interact with it.
Do I hear any tweeting?
No. Because Asari didn't go to the Beyond, she just went into the prison.
So tweet is gone.
I mean, you can go back into the portal and find him.
I have an idea if we ever come back to this one shot. I think I'll leave it for now.
Yes, I mean...
I'll message it to you, Caleb.
Sure. Yeah, Ariel and Ingram, like, what's the epilogue for you guys?
Epilogue for me would be as soon as, like, I see it turn yellow, I just, like, walk over to the axe and pick it up. And obviously it's, like, really, really heavy for me.
Yeah.
And whatnot. Like, I won't be able to use it. But I just kind of hold it and I just go... Selfish people don't become prisoners. And then I just like take it and walk out.
And as you're leaving, he's probably like, could I use that? I think I could use it a little better. My sword's gone. It's just like, I don't know.
Do you give him an Ariel or?
Oh,
I don't know. I don't feel like I would.
You can't even use it.
Well, it's magical though, so
yeah, I feel like
Ariel might want to study it.
Yeah, study it or like, yeah, I don't know. I'm very selfish. Okay, like we've already established that. Like,
what about you, Ingram?
I mean, I'm following her. I don't have anything else to do.
Yeah.
And I messaged you what would happen. It will happen if I ever have we have another one of these.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, really the question is, I guess, for me, and I guess I'll just read your... Oh, no. Oh, boy. That reminds...
It makes sense, right?
Yeah, that reminds me of a character from one of Brandon Sanderson's novels. Okay, cool. So, yeah, basically, I guess Ariel just has a big dumb brute to follow her around and help her smash things. And Ariel's evil enough and he's stupid enough that you can probably just manipulate him to do whatever you want.
My question though is that now that I know that like this area is controlled by Asari,
do you just want to study the whole prison? Like,
right? Like but I'm also like, is she like so bitter at me that she might like make me suffer through?
No, so Ariel, you know for sure, right? Like, there is a hardened determination that you can sense in the distance. But it's closed off. Like it's very different from the way that the other two felt. Like, Asari can't interact in the same way with the outside. She has trapped herself in the prison as surely as her prisoners.
Got it. So I'm assuming all the puzzles then are like null and void.
Pretty much,
then.
yeah.
So yeah, I'd probably honestly study like this place and try to find out more information and get more power.
Yeah,
is what I would try.
Yeah. There's a lot to study here.
And as you're walking around,
sure.
I keep an eye out for tweetums.
Yeah, I mean there are those teleportation rooms that you can study as well.
I stick by her because I'm still pretty hurt. I literally have 4 hit points left.
Yeah. So here's the map I was using the whole time. I just found a random like isometric dungeon map that looked pretty cool. And so Ariel, you're like, you go through probably this whole thing and just like study all of it.
Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I probably just go through and just study this whole thing.
What's funny is you guys literally only
We
went
only got to like
there. That was the extent of your
right.
exploration of this.
That's funny.
That's fun. Yeah, there you go.
Watch the
There's
pitfall.
you find like machines and abandoned mines and a temple and shrines and treasure and lots of stuff that you can study for a while.
Do I get anything cool? That's really the question.
I mean, we'll find out if we pick up with Ariel next time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man.
That was fun. That was cool.
My hope is that if we ever come back to this, right? I mean, it was like a year and a half that we played this.
Yeah.
So maybe another year and a half that
mm-hmm.
Ariel will eventually become like, she'll have like the arc, right? Where after like she's studied,
she eventually becomes good.
She eventually becomes like the hero and saves the world.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We'll see if that actually happens.
We'll see. We'll see.
But that's my hope for her.
Yeah. Yeah. So. It's honestly, this Dungeon World is this particular weird setting that we've created for Dungeon World it's one of my favorite little things to just pick up because I can just kind of be totally random and just make up random crap about whatever and just go with it. It's really fun. Good characters. That was fun. That was probably one of the most coherent one-shots we played in a while. There wasn't any moment in that where I didn't know what was going on. Like, I was pretty clear on it the whole time.
So. There was a lot I didn't understand what was going on, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Having not been part of this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely want to go back and listen to the other ones now because those are really fun too. So, alrighty then. I guess I'll go ahead and leave it there. Thanks for playing, guys. That was fun.
There's no experience.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
Duh.
I was wondering. I'm like, is this only experience when you fail?
No. So, sorry. You defeated a worthy opponent. I mean, you're obviously none of this XP matters for you, but just for our sakes, you defeated a worthy opponent. I mean, the whole jail. That was cool. Ariel owes me their life, whether they admit it or not. Basically, it's like if these bonds get resolved, then you get XP for them. I feel like that one got resolved, but maybe not in like a good way.
Yeah, because she owes me her life.
Your life.
Now.
No, she owes you your life.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
She took your life away from you. So, but yeah, you can XP for that, obviously. And then Ingram, I worry about the ability of Ingram to survive in the dungeon. That didn't really get resolved at all.
Nope, in fact, it was true.
Yeah. I mean, that's a resolution of it. You were proven correct. Cool. Yeah. Ariel.
That's me.
Did you use magic to cause terror and fear?
I don't think so. I wanted to.
I mean, not directly. So the one reason I think that, I mean, the whole thing with the ritual, kind of indirectly was that, like, specifically, like, the Karen, right? Like, which I don't know why we called her that, but that's what we're calling her. So, right, like, you literally just, like, she was cowering in the corner of that, like, mindscape, and you literally led her enemies, like, right to her, and they got her killed. Like, there was a moment of absolute terror there. So I think I'll give you XP for that.
Okay, I'll take it.
Asari definitely played an important role in the events to come. So
Sure.
you can take an XP for that. And then Ingram is woefully misinformed about the world. I will teach them all that I can. I don't think you really tried to teach him anything.
I mostly just made comments and was just like, "You're so dumb."
Yeah. But I could definitely see if we come back to these characters, that's the sort of relationship you guys will have. Is
wow, I feel like I have literally severed 2 relationships. I mean, here.
Yep.
I mean, she tried to teach me how magic worked. She was like, nothing touched me, but it's like, no, it's magic. And that's
right. But I could definitely see if when Ingram is your bumbly minion and you're doing evil magic things, there could definitely be more to that. So, all right, and then Ingram.
Mm-hmm.
Did you teach someone the ways of your people?
I didn't have a chance.
Yeah. You got into a slapstick comedy there at the beginning, so. Asari is puny and foolish, but amusing to me. Did that get resolved?
I mean, in the sense that I tried to protect them when they were going to fall.
Well, do they still seem puny and foolish and amusing to you?
Well, I would say, okay, what's the thing that gets me XP?
saying no. If
I would
she
say,
isn't,
given that she like actually like turned into like the jail person, I was like, oh, she's like maybe not so dumb. Like she's not so puny if she can.
Yeah, I mean, you can sense it, right? You could sense that determination from coming from a distance, and that you knew that was her. So, cool. Yeah, so that's an XP there. Ariel's ways are strange and confusing. They continue to be strange and confusing. Nothing has changed there.
So I get 1 XP?
Yep.
I think that's enough to make me level up, but I don't know. Because I got 3 experience.
No, it's 7 plus your level.
Oh, gotcha. So I need 9.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And then you got XP every time you failed, so...
Yeah, I already counted those 2.
Yep. Good stuff. That was fun, guys. I am glad that we played this. I've been missing role-playing games so desperately. Everything feels normal right now, which is fun and good. It's
Lucky
been very
you.
weird. Yeah. It's been a very weird couple of weeks for me, so.
It's been a weird couple of months, let's be real.
I mean, yes, but like more so in the last couple of weeks specifically for me because of moving and stuff.
Just moving, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. We are ending exactly on time, which is cool. Yeah.
You never do that.
Yeah, I know. I gotta say, it's very weird to be doing it from a different time zone, though. Because I'm like, 9 o'clock, we've got 2 hours to go.
You in my zone now.
No, I'm in Pacific time.
He's in Pacific.
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Even
right.
though you're in Idaho?
I'm on the other side of the Rockies.
The panhandle. The panhandle's
Yeah.
in the other side. I forgot about that.
I didn't know you were in the same time zone as me now.
Yep.
Wow.
Yes, the 3 of us are in the same time zone. Seth is not.
Wow, I feel so
An hour
like,
off.
cool. Like I'm like, wow, I'm in the same time zone as Caleb now.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. All right. Well, there you go. That's been Gamebound Dungeon World. Thanks for playing. Thanks for watching. Adios.